Okay, now we're going to get to know each other a little bit before coffee. So can I invite you to stand? So this looks like this meeting is double the size of anything we've had before. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. But as Karen said, some people have been here a long time. People were here in Rome 3 years ago. Other people, this is their first exposure to the meeting. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you're an old timer like Neil over there or Di, then go to that end of the room. If you're young and fresh-faced in terms of LD4D, come to this end of the room. And if you're somewhere in the middle, then go in the middle. So I kind of want a timeline of exposure to LD4D across the room. So new ones here, old ones there.
I was thinking you're making it easier for them to get to the coffee.
Okay, so there's no one here. Can you come across this way? I need a line. I need a line this way. At the moment we have 2 groups. We need a continuum. Can you guys come in this way? Have you been before?
I did a day.
You've done a day. Okay, so okay.
You had a video presentation.
None of you guys have ever been to LD4D? Huh? Even so, if you can come in a line a little bit.
If you say forming a line often enough.
Yeah, if I keep saying it, then eventually it will happen. Okay. Keep coming in. Keep coming in. Okay, I'm just going to invite 1 or 2 reflections. Firstly, on pivotal moments, positive moments from LD4D, from its long history. And then I'm going to ask the old lags that question, people like Tim. And then I'm going to ask other people who have never even heard of LD4D, why did you come and what are you expecting of this meeting? So firstly, from this end, some pivotal, positive, kind of, does it have to be positive? No. Tim, you're the host. Tell us about the ancient history.
The ancient history. Well, I don't know too much about how much detail I should go into the ancient history. But some of us here were here for the first meeting in Rome, which was a few years ago, and it's been a strong community that grew from that. I think that first meeting, one of the big things was deciding on the balance between the producers and the consumers of data, and so perhaps we should reflect a bit on to what extent we've addressed that balance.
So how many people here think they're a producer of data? Put your hands up. And how many people are consumers? So first of all, the producers. Lots of producers. Any data consumers? Oh, well, that's okay. Good. It looks like we made some progress then. And any other reflections, Mario?
It's been a journey. It's been a journey, I think. It's great to see it growing over the years, and I think that we are getting a more concrete set of purpose as we move along, which I think it's important. I think that the creation of the working groups was a really good idea, and I think that it emerged in the second meeting or something like that. And well, several of us have been working closely together.
Good. So the working groups are a positive thing. Andy has something to say.
Thanks, Alan. Yeah, I just wanted to say that my team said I shouldn't be down at this end because I wasn't actually present at the first LD4D meeting, and the reason was I was in hospital. But then I had to remind them very quickly that a lot of planning had gone into this before that meeting in Rome, and in fact we had to write a proposal. So I'm laying claim to being at this extreme end. But along with colleagues in the foundation, and particularly Stan Wood, who had the vision for this this organisation and wrote much of the proposal. He and I wrote that, and one or two others. But what I really wanted to say seriously was that looking back at our deliverables on this, I think we achieved them and surpassed them some time ago. So as I mentioned earlier on in my welcome, it really has surpassed all expectation this far. And I think the challenge is to actually keep it going in a creative way and making sure we are continuing to add value. Thanks.
Good. Any other reflections? Odai?
Hello everyone. I joined the meeting in Naivasha, and I think when we were in Hanoi there was some level of asking questions as to whether we are going to have decisions to analyze livestock data. But I'm positive to say now that from the ongoing, we have a platform that will able to have standard data coming across, and we'll be able to interpret them, and we'll be getting more reliable data and useful for decision making.
Neil?
Yeah, I think the benefit of coming here sort of year on, year out is that you get really good exposure to people and groups you never normally encounter in your day-to-day work. And maybe in the first sort of meeting it's interesting, and then in the second meeting, and actually as the penny starts dropping, it's relevant as well. And that's the big benefit, is seeing the relevance and then having the opportunity to interact with others.
Dai. Yep.
I think I'd better say something and sing for my supper as being, I'm not sure saying the founding father, but possibly one of the oldest, as you can see by my hairline, having attended all of these meetings. I think for us as consumers and producers of the data, it's been very helpful. I'll sort of echo Neil's view. It's very nice being in a room full of people who you know are all more intelligent than yourself, which is great. So to try and bring down the average intelligence in the room a little bit. And also just being exposed to, we're more on the implementer side, so it's very helpful for us to be able to see where that data rolls up to, and also understanding how that data can be used in particular, I think, for advocacy. I think over the last 3 years it's been really interesting. We all started off talking about how the livestock sector was getting a pounding, and now we can see we're going to get more of a pounding, and possibly in the next couple of years it's going to be even worse. So I think even more important on getting data and being able to really consider and see where data is important in building the case for livestock. Otherwise we could well lose it. So I think that would be the piece that I've sort of really learned over the last 3 years.
Yeah, that is true. The landscape has certainly changed in terms of livestock perceptions in the last 3 years. I realize I've been a bit remiss in not asking people to introduce themselves. So, Dai, just tell us who you work for. And
my name's Dai Harvey. I'm work for what's now called Venture 37, which used to be called Land O'Lakes Venture 37. And I'm a program director covering Eastern Southern Africa.
And Odai?
Ochingo Dede, working for Sidai Africa Limited. Sidai Africa Kenya Limited is a livestock product and services company operating in Kenya.
Neil?
Thanks. Neil Gammon, GalvMed, primarily concerned animal health.
And Tim?
I work here at FAO. I'm a livestock policy officer, and I'm responsible for AGA's, that's the Livestock Production and Health Division's livestock information systems.
You met Andy already. Mario?
Hi, I'm Mario Herrero. I am based in Australia at CSIRO, where I'm Chief Research Scientist in the Agriculture and Food Division.
We had mainly white males, not exclusively. Anyone want to address the gender balance? Louise?
Oh, fair enough. Hi, I'm Louise Donis and I work for SEBI. I'm the data scientist and this is my 5th LD4D. So I'm really looking forward to this particular meeting to see, bearing in mind that SEBI sort of 1 is finishing, what shape LD4D forms in SEBI 2 and how we can best serve the community really to address some of these challenges.
Good, so looking forward to LD4D 2. Cara, you want to say anything? Okay. Okay, I'm going to come down to the other end of the spectrum. Those who have had no exposure to this community before. Julie says, please don't ask me. Anyone else not want to be asked? So I'm asking for, not for ancient history, but for expectations. What have you heard and what are you expecting from this meeting? What do you want to go out of the room on Thursday having done? So who wants to start? The trouble is I don't know name. Well, Michael, I know your name.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Victor. I'm the head of communications and knowledge management at ILRI. It's my first time here. I started just a year ago. I'm excited because I get to work with my old friend and partner in crime, Vanessa, who we worked with for many years at, when I was at Waterland and Ecosystems program and she was at CCAFS. I guess for us, I mean, from what I've understood, it's been a great collaboration with LD4D and the GLAD project that ILRI's kind of running. And it's really, how do we kind of come together to really synergize and amplify what both of us are doing? So really kind of getting a better idea how we do that. And then I think from the ILRI side, just in terms of, we were talking with Brian about our digital strategy and how we kind of, again, synergize and complement one another and amplify our work in terms of livestock data and how we really bring that together. So it's a really great opportunity, and also to see all the different partners and who's working the landscape across this great network as well.
Good, thank you, Michael. Yeah, there's one here. Say who you are and who you work for and what you want from this meeting.
Hello, good morning to all of you. I'm Venkatesh Seshasai. I'm from Stelabs Technologies in Bangalore, India. So I would like to thank Dr. Andy Peters for inviting us over. So I see this as a great intersection of technology, data, and domain expertise coming together in a focused manner. What I expect to also see as we go forward is to see what kind of impact this group can create on the sort of the scope of the problem that we've chosen to act upon. Thank you.
Good. So you're looking for some impact from the meeting. Good. Yeah. Say who you are.
My name is Adebayo Shokweju from Nigeria. I'm the Chief Veterinary Officer for Livestock247.com. I've actually gone through the program and glad to know that we can find some other novel way of collecting data even in very remote areas. And I'm looking forward to learning and having some impact on how to be able to not only collect data or collate data, but how to also use it for decision and policy making.
Great. So that is interesting, kind of collecting data in difficult environments, in data kind of sparse environments, which is hopefully a kind of USP for this group of people. I mean, many people have experience in that. Good. Any other reflections? Bashir. Yeah.
Thank you. My name is Balajoko Bashir. I work in National Veterinary Research Institute in Nigeria, and I've been working with SEBI on collecting data. So my understanding of LD4D is a collaboration of network across the globe in terms of getting data. And we have the problem of data in Nigeria. I think it's a problem in Africa generally. So my hope is to see how this collaboration can give us ideas and then in a way maybe support Nigeria in terms of getting quality reliable data, because policy making is an issue when it comes to livestock in Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay, so again, enriching the data landscape to inform policy making. Yeah, good.
My name is Tanya, and I'm representative of the private company, Zaetis. We do have an initiative together with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in the Sub-Saharan Africa Alpha Initiative. So I'm initiative lead. So that's the first time for me here, and I'm looking for basically the data which can help us to make more sustainable business solutions in the future, to make decisions on the most sustainable business solutions, and to run business more sustainably in Africa. Yeah.
Great. So again, good to have some private sector participation at this meeting, and you're looking for data to kind of help with decision making, business case. Yep.
Hello, I am Dr. Sachin Joshi, representing BIF India. We are working with Gates Foundation since last 10 years. And basically, we have developed some online data collection modules from the field with the animal breeding and performance recording. And from this meeting, we're expecting how to use that data very precisely to come across various problems. Thank you.
Good, yeah. So BIF, you're at this end of the room, but we have had BIF in this meeting before, but maybe your colleagues rather than you. Yeah. Okay, good.
I'm Santosh Thomas from Stellabs. I have had the fortune of working with a wonderful animal called buffalo, the water buffalo, very early in my career, and then I moved on to working with small farmers. And right through my career, I have had the big problem of good data. And I started 5 years by giving back the small farm record book to the farmers to just write down what the milk yield is. And I have seen that it makes such an impact on improvement, all kinds of improvement. And so I'm very keen to look at how we can collate the information and include disruptive technologies to collect data reliably and almost automatically. Thank you very much.
Great. So there's a story from the field. Even using a pen and paper to collect dairy data is useful. Yeah. Good. Julie still doesn't want to speak to me.
Thank you. So my name is Fayrouz Larfawi. I'm working here in FAO in the Animal Health Service. I'm an animal health expert. And my expectation from this meeting is to see how we can better integrate data. So we speak about data collection. We all have a lot of experience in producing data, also in consuming data, but the integration of data, I think, are very important and for decision makers.
Great. So good. I should have said we're hosted by FAO. We will have one or two kind of FAO floaters coming in and out of the meeting. I don't know if you fall into that category, but or will you be? Okay, great. But we do have also some people who will come and go. Okay, we're too many to cover everyone.